I think it's a really big part of my practice that I am always collecting images without any specific purpose. And that is a collection of images that I take when I travel, images that I find online. So sometimes images that I found in old nature books. They're just there whenever I have a project. So when I started this project, the assignment was that we were asked to make 10 murals, and there was supposed to be some kind of relationship between the 10 murals, but every mural also had to work independently. I basically just started playing around with these archival images. Images from my childhood village where I grew up, images from Vietnam, and then images from the internet that was tied to a series of phenomena, landscapes that are already quite intense. The image does something. I want movement, I want people to somehow experience different relationships between the different rooms that are being created. I hope that it will activate sort of senses and tickle the imagination a little bit. I use the image, a photographic image, as a starting point, and it just gives me a skeleton, some kind of basic composition where I have certain lines that are in place that helps me to not have to invent everything. You still need information, you need some kind of texture, color, lines. I'm not really so interested in making it realistic. It's much more important to me that there is an atmosphere, that there is a movement. But it is something that I see. I mean, I paint usually very big scale, but I've never painted this big. And usually when you work on a canvas, if you mess up, you can always throw it away or start again or overpaint it. But I like that a lot. I like the a bit unforgiving nature of the thing, and you have to just be confident in the decisions that you take. For me, the most fun part is the beginning, since I'm improvising a lot. The first layers are the most free. So it feels very nice to get up the first skeletons, lines that sort of will define the composition. Then it's sort of time to make decisions, and that is a bit scary for me still. I think if you care about painting and the history of painting, it probably means that you have some kind of relationship with the activity of looking at an image. But that's also what I like about it a lot, I think, is that it's very subjective. I might see these colors and these shapes completely different than how you might see them. I think that's always fundamentally different from person to person, and that's quite interesting, no? I will never know how somebody else sees something or feels about something. But yeah, for me, seeing something is it's very active thing. I think in our culture, seeing and listening are passive activities. as if they just happen to us. I think you can really train yourself to see. The first layers are like, you have to make really big movements in a way to make it work. High energy, and it's almost like dancing, and it's just really fast, right? This stage where I'm now is all about very patiently defining some areas, and I don't have so much patience, so sometimes I find it quite painful to do this, but it's really about responding. That's also kind of the interesting moments, because then something happens and something happened that is unexpected to you, and you have to respond to that. I feel like that's kind of the dialogue between what I set up to do and what the painting wants, and then we have to negotiate those two things, and I have to fight the wall a little bit and fight the paint a little bit, or work with it a little bit. Sometimes that's the fun part, I guess. I knew which image I wanted to start with, and I knew what kind of feeling I wanted to create at the top floor. It's sort of the climax of the entire continuation of the staircase. This feeling of release and space and light. I think I'm going to change the colors quite a lot, because it's too dark and kind of moody. So I wanted this red color also to kind of create a continuity with the wall underneath, so it gets a little bit more joyful. And then when you get here, it's kind of like the whole space opens up. And I like that image is both a macro and a micro space. The kids that starts here from the first grade, they will almost spend 10 years of their lives with these landscapes. They won't really look at it as art, but they will still be with it. And that's quite nice, I think.